Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will be sharing with you astrological information about the upcoming full moon in Gemini that is happening on the 4th or the 5th of December, depending on your time zone. So first of all, I want to start saying about this Mercury retrograde that we went through from the 9th of November to the 29th of November. And from my personal experience, that was the strongest Mercury retrograde we had like literally the last 5 years. So it was very, very intense. And we talk a lot about this, why it was so like that in the last two videos. So finally, from the 29th of November, Mercury is going direct, and actually Mercury is the ruler planet of this full moon event because this full moon happens right in the heart of Gemini, 13 degrees, 3 seconds. So this full moon brings a lot of mental energy and also brings a lot of positive and kind of much lighter energy than what we went through the whole Scorpio season. And that's because obviously of the full moon being in Gemini, and also we have lots of inner planets in the energy of Sagittarius, which are these are the two archetypes in astrology that they have the most kind of vibrant and light and positive energy. So before I analyze everything for you in this short video, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can support my work and I can continue making these videos for you. Feel free to like, comment on the videos. Also, I want to let you know that this Mercury retrograde also pushed me very hard and pushed me to really just follow my heart and just share more of what I love. And it was a birth process for me during this Mercury retrograde. And what was birth was online art therapy sessions. And that's something I've been doing it already on the side in person. So yeah, I decided just to offer this also online. So, and I know a lot of you following me for some years. I just noticed on my Instagram the first post I made about this that I wanted to do it was literally 2.5 years ago, and I was like, oh my god, it took me 2.5 years to make this decision. Well, it's not too late. So yeah, if you would like to work with me one-to-one with art as therapy. You will find down in the description the link so you can book a session with me. I also offer a package offer. And of course, if you like to have a tarot reading with me, also you will find the link down in the description. Also, actually, don't forget to say, sorry, it's going to be a lot of talking about these things in the beginning of this video, but yeah, there are a few things I want to say to you. Last thing I want to say is like I'm preparing some online workshops, and also the best way to get notified about the workshops is to subscribe to my email list. So that's the best way to get contact. And yeah, that's the last thing I want to share. And okay, so let's start. Mercury retrograde. Whoa, this Mercury retrograde, right? It's like, oh my god. So I don't know how were your dreams during this period, because when we have Mercury in retrograde is where we have like literally this very vivid, very intense dreams. And that's because our subconscious is like, I would say more activated, or we can probably get more access to it, or it speaks more to us, something like that. And also we had a lot of water energy, lots of planets in water signs during the last month. So also that is a lot of subconscious energy. So we're getting out of this. As I said, from the 29th, things are start moving a little bit more forward. And also that brings a big of difference in our mind, because Mercury retrograde brings us into a reflection state, rethinking things, reevaluating. And now it's like more straightforward line. And it's funny enough that under this full moon, Mercury does an opposition also with Uranus after the retrograde period. So I will talk about it in a minute. So this full moon in Gemini comes to release a lot of the mental clutter. A lot of the voices we hear that are not ours are from the society, from, I don't know, from our parents, from Instagram, from wherever. But yeah, it comes as a cleansing energy to clean our mind. Also, that can mean also cleaning our mind, because we have lots of things in Sagittarius from limiting beliefs, from some things that has to do also with our philosophy. Plus, we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces there, teaching us about cycles of life, and also teaching us a lot about what is the real spirituality, how to really listen to our intuition, to trust ourselves there with this position. They have been there for a while in conjunction. So this full moon is a lot about this release, the mental energy, And of course, Gemini is a positive energy. So this full moon will feel much lighter than if a full moon will be in a different energy. And as I said, it's an earth sign. So it's a lot about ideas, perspectives, and stuff. So a lot of clarity will come after this full moon because of this cleansing of the clutter of the voice of the let's say of the bee buzzing in our ear, but it's like just yeah, go from here. Now I want to talk about the other side of the chart, because one side of the chart we have the full moon, which is in Gemini, and on the other side of the chart we have the sun, which is in Sagittarius, and we have the sun conjuncting Venus and Mars, and they're all in Sagittarius. So I'm going to talk about this. So that's why I said also it's a lot about really cleansing some beliefs, some philosophies about our life, some things we took for granted. And I give you a very nice example because also connects with Saturn and Neptune, as I said. So, for example, you always believed in I don't know, like the Messiah kind of like belief, like somebody will come and save us, either the aliens, the Pleiadians, or whatever, or the new Earth, or the 5D ascension, or all these kind of like nonsense things, like all of these things, like something like this will happen and save us. And this kind of full moon comes like, no, you know what? Nobody's gonna save you. You have to do it for yourself. These all things are like just to keep you believing in something instead of believing in yourself. So it's a little bit like this, yeah. And again, we are also, the clutter I'm talking about is also spiritual clutter that they put in our head, and we have been programmed, most of us, in from the religion. I grew up in a Christian family, and I think a lot of you most probably as well. So even I didn't want to. I got baptized. I didn't want this as a baby. I had no clue what they were doing with me. And of course, I never really believed, but it was something in me. And then when I start really evolving as a human, I just realized, oh my God, I carry these beliefs. And literally until 22 years old or something, when I start really like waking up a little bit from this, I was like, I was believing in a lot of things of the Bible. I was really believing them. So yeah, just keep an eye on this. So of course, a lot of these kind of beliefs, a lot of this, and then of course, then you have the new age spirituality, all this, I don't know how else to call it, this new wave of spirituality that comes with all this information based in the Indian philosophy or other types. And it's like, I don't know, like, it's like, yeah, it's another like another belief that is it actually, if you question it or if you just really sit with it, does it make sense for you? Or, I mean, I don't know. I think we shouldn't take anything for granted, whatever they say. Even they say the prophet channeled this book and then that became a religion, or that became the script for whatever in New Age spirituality. Is like, just question everything and sit with it. That's what also brings. And that also creates a confusion. And I think Mercury retrograde was a lot about that as well. That also this kind of confusion in the mind. And now this full moon is like, just get it all out of your system. This was never yours. This was a clutter from all of these things. Now Venus and Mars, they are the planet of love, and the planet of the action. This actually can really also manifest for some of you with some relationships, some love relationships, because it is an alignment, like it is an omen for that, because it's Venus, the Sun, and Mars, the opposite. But also can manifest for other people also in really understanding this balance of Venus and Mars, feminine and masculine, all having us. Yeah, I see it a little bit like that. But yeah, definitely for some of you can manifest in like, yeah, in love relationship for sure. And also like this alignment there talks a lot about the sun is like bringing a lot of our awareness there to the themes of Venus, of Mars, and they're in the energy of Sagittarius. And again, that's why I talked a lot about the beliefs and the philosophy, because Sagittarius is the archetype of the philosopher. And Sagittarius is like an eagle, like sees from above and is like, oh, okay. So also is an energy that helps us to solve like certain problems. And especially if we have been really in our head with the Mercury retrograde energy, this comes and is like, okay, Venus is there to show us our worth, bring us this kind of like artistic beauty energy, and also it's connected with money, right, and finances. And then comes Mars, it's like, okay, now you take action from this. So yeah, I feel that also this full moon can bring a very positive change, not in not in a way of like toxic positivity that everything is amazing and wow wow wow, not like this, but more like, yeah, from the whole process of clearing the clutter, of understanding what is yours, what is not, and yeah, and then taking action out of this afterwards. And yeah, another thing I want to talk about it is Mercury doing opposition with Uranus, which I forgot already. I said in the beginning of the video. Okay, so Mercury does this opposition with Uranus, and Mercury again, it has to do a lot with the throat as well, how we express ourselves freely, how we show who we are to the world, our true self, right? And with Uranus, there is like, okay, there is some changes happening. There is some push also to find liberation in us. And again, it has to come from the mind and has to come from this, how we speak, how we fully express ourselves. And as I already said, from my personal experience, I went through the whole thing. And yeah, I just realized, it's time for me to really just be 100% me. And a lot of work that I do is with art, and art as therapy. So I was like, yeah, I have to bring this out in the online platform as well. So yeah, something like that. I'm just giving my personal example, but can be different for you. Just like finally this, it brings also liberation, brings a relief. It's like, yes, it's like feels good. And one last aspect I want to talk about is the moon squaring the north and the south nodes. So that also is some squares are usually like kind of like blockages, energetic blockages. So also this alignment is a little bit like, I feel more like what stops you on your path. What is there like a blockage on your path? What is there that, yeah, you don't want to face, or you just neglect many times? And yeah, this blockage is this box there, like you can see literally a box on the path that's if you move it, it's just like, yeah, you just go where you have to go. So I see it also a little bit as a resistance, so don't have so much resistance on your path or where you have to go. And also big time also clearing old things, old cycles, karmic stuff with the south node there. So yeah, very interesting times, hey. So thank you so much guys for listening, and I wish you all a beautiful full moon in Gemini. And yeah, if you wish to work with me with art as therapy and with tarot readings, please book a session by following the link down in the description. And yeah, as I said, please also subscribe to the email list, because that's how you will get informed about the upcoming online workshops. Thank you so much. Bye for now.